it's about breaking down, to me, the kind of barriers that exist between private, public sector and first sector organisations so we can affect change.
Actually, you build a relationship with the charities. You also build a relationship with the people that they help and support, and you get to meet them and actually see social change happening with what you're doing. So I think too often volunteering is do something, come away, and then you're thinking, well, did it actually have an impact? So if you stay long term, if you apply skills, and you actually get involved with the beneficiaries, it's a massive benefit to the charity, but also to you as an individual and to us as a business.
Our staff really love the Barclays Community Programme. Not only is it an opportunity for them to build skills, but it's an opportunity for them to get out with their team in a different environment, have a brilliant time, have loads of fun and broaden their horizons. Everyone's a winner.
Government departments should do more volunteering so they can research the kind of people that their policies impact on. I don't think it's rocket science. I just think it's a business necessity that we sometimes take for granted, that we know our customers, but ultimately our customers change as the world changes. So we need to be better at policy making. And volunteering allows us to access groups of people that I possibly would get the opportunity to if I stayed within my office.
The Passage is London's largest day centre for rough sleepers. We provide services where people can come in for a meal, have their laundry done, get some clothing. So we call those primary services. We also provide advice in housing, benefits, employment, education and training. We have health services, and we also have an outreach team on the streets of Westminster.
One of the volunteering projects that we are working on is working with time and talents around engaging with long-term unemployed people. We had a recent meeting with a group of long-term unemployed clients who came into the organisation, had a short tour, and we spoke to them about the kind of jobs we are. And I think it's really important for the civil service to do this because we're kind of seen as this kind of mysterious group of employees that people don't really understand what we do. And what we're trying to do by doing events like that is break down the barriers so people could get a great understanding of what we do.
The senior leadership team in London North wanted to do a volunteering activity, so we approached Volunteer Centre Westminster to come up with an idea. They came up with a brilliant idea working with Wilberforce School in Westminster, a school that didn't have any corporate support previously. We gave them an opportunity that took them completely away from their day job, doing a storytelling activity with lots of developing their own communication skills but in a completely different environment.
As a company, we build project teams for clients. So for example, we work with L'Oréal Paris and we deliver websites for them. For our volunteering, we're trying to use the same approach. So for example, working with Time and Talents, we're now working with a community centre and actually we're going to revamp their IT, we're going to revamp their communications and their financial management. We're going to provide the project management skills voluntarily, and then we're actually going to work with other corporate partners from Time and Talent. So for example, the head of social action from the Conservative Party is also a communications expert. She's going to focus on their branding. And we're also going to work with a marketing manager from Prudential who's going to focus on their leaflets and how they communicate. So I think it's a really great way again of leveraging not just the charities that Time and Talents have, but also we can get each of the corporate partners working well together. It's actually really exciting for us.
For my colleagues, what they got out of that day, it boosted their confidence. They got a great deal of motivation in doing something, in making a difference to people's lives. For the clients, for the long-term employees, I know that it allowed them to come into offices that they probably walked past 100 times and never, and probably wonders what happens in here. They know a little bit more about the Department for Children's Schools and families, and we're building up a relationship, a personal relationship, so they can just contact us any time if they want any help in any capacity.
There's lots of ways that corporate organisations can get involved with Passage, and directly or indirectly volunteering. Lots of skills-based volunteering is always welcome. We always need help in our fundraising team, maybe technical skills, IT. And then on the other side of things, directly with the clients, so things like an afternoon out, an excursion out, bowling with some of our service users. That can be really positive for the employee volunteers because they're interacting with someone who has been rough sleeper, and they can maybe come to understand a lot of more issues around rough sleeping. And also for the service user, you know, this can be a very uplifting and motivating experience for them to change their lives. It's been successful whenever we've done it in the past.
We had a kind of like traditional view around volunteering, but by working with Time and Talents, we found out that there was a much greater variety of different opportunities that we can access and get involved in.
Time and Talents have provided a lot of opportunities to network with the local business in the community, providing introductions, advice and guidance on how to set up a successful employee volunteering program.
As a business, it takes quite a lot of time to find charities to volunteer with, and by working with Time and Talents, they can come to us with ideas of charities that we can then come in and help support with our volunteering.
The value Time and Talents has to Barclays is very much around their consultancy. So whilst they do provide volunteering opportunities, what I rely on them for is that local on-the-ground knowledge. It makes a real difference for me to be able to speak to Marie or Sam and for them to tell me what's going on, what suggestions they have about how we can get involved in the local community and how we can make a real difference.